Okay, so welcome again to our Caring for Our Watersheds virtual final. Our next finalist is Garrett, and Garrett is going to be talking about precision conservation in the Mohican River watershed. So Garrett, go ahead and take it away.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon. My name is Garrett Huyen, and I am excited to share with you my project, Precision Conservation in the Mohican River Watershed. There we go. The Mohican River Watershed is actually the beginning of the Mississippi River Watershed, where the biggest challenge is the hypoxic dead zone shown in this map. This ties directly to the United Nations goal to conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. What causes this dead zone? Excess nutrients like nitrogen strip the oxygen from the water. Agriculture is the primary contributor to nitrogen entering the waterways from farm fertilizers, animal manure, and other ag inputs. If on-farm nutrient applications are the problem, why don't we just eliminate their use on the farm? The answer isn't that simple. These nutrients are vital to crop growth and development to feed not only our US population, but also to be a major food exporter globally. The Mohican River watershed, shown in green on this map, is home to a vibrant water-based tourism industry. But only 13% of EPA sampled sites in our watershed meet the recreational use standards. Ohio EPA has identified failing septic systems and manure from farmers as the primary causes of this impairment. No one wants to live next to, much less swim, canoe, or kayak in rivers containing unsafe levels of bacteria from manure and failing septic systems. That's where the 4R nutrient stewardship comes into play, applying nutrients at the right rate, right time, from the right source, and at the right rate, right source, right time, and at the right place. By balancing both the environmental and economic interests, the 4R nutrient stewardship principles help ensure sustainable cities and communities. My proposal uses farmer cost share to increase the use of precision conservation tools in our watershed. Precision conservation can allow farmers to more efficiently apply the 4R principles on their operations. The first tool in my proposal is the Adapt-N nitrogen modeling. Adapt-N combines up-to-date weather data and management practices like manure or fertilizer applications, dates, and rates to assess how much nitrogen is currently available in the soil. Nitrogen is very mobile and difficult to manage because there's no visual signs for farmers to distinguish the difference between a crop that has just the right amount of nitrogen and a crop that has way too much nitrogen. The second tool in my proposal is the field forecasting tool. While Adapt-N provides an in-depth look at what nitrogen is available in your soil today, the field forecasting tool provides a predictive model based on long-term weather patterns and management decisions and timing to predict the future availability and return on investment. It includes input pricing and predicted crop prices. For example, the field forecasting tool might tell a farmer that an extra $30 of nitrogen per acre will increase their crop yield, but that yield may only gain them an additional $25 to $30 of corn. So it wouldn't make any sense to apply more nitrogen. Precision conservation tools like these are the reality of agriculture's future, but farmers need help and incentives to transition from traditional management and equipment into these newer technologies. With my budget, we'll be providing 100% cost share to implement these tools on 300 acres in the Mohican River watershed. We will provide tissue tests to calibrate the models and signage to increase awareness of these practices and programs. In addition to our partnering farmers, I'm going to be working with Sunrise Cooperative and Ashland Soil and Water Conservation District, as well as the West Holmes FFA Ag Issues team. We're currently in the application phase, and I've been working with Ashland Soil and Water to help spread the word about this program through news media, as well as social media and in-person meetings and mailings. Our farmers want to make the right choices when it comes to nutrient management, but they don't always know what those choices are. And that's where our precision conservation tools fit in. So far, we have held 3 awareness meetings to encourage producer participation in this program. And I'm going to be speaking at another one tonight and to local ag business staff tomorrow. And so far, we've received applications for over 400 acres of modeling. As you can see from our timeline, we're going to be working on ranking those applications to determine the most impactful fields for the program, and we'll be managing the fields and models throughout the summer. We're planning a pre-harvest field day for area farmers, as well as a winter follow-up meeting for farmers in surrounding counties as well. I'll now happily entertain any questions at this time. Thank you.
Great job, Garrett. If I could get you to stop sharing your screen, and then the judges can ask any questions that they have.
Got it.
Pat, go ahead.
Well, I am sincerely impressed with your outreach, problem solving to the community. My question is, so no farmers in your area are using this model to monitor their soil?
Several of them are, however, there's tons more that we can reach in order to encourage more of them to use this type of model.
And so at your community outreach, conversations, so those are all farmers that aren't currently doing it and they want more information?
There's a combination between farmers that are using some of them, but not all of them, and some of them that haven't even touched it at all. So it's been sort of a mixed bag of people that come to these talks, but there are a bunch of people who I think me and the other people who are giving the talks have made an impact on.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Scott, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Garrett. I thought your presentation was very broad and covered a lot of topics, and I think you did real good in kind of condensing a lot of information into the short time frame. So I think that was a job well done. My question is regarding the 2 tools that you had talked about for the farmers to use. Could you explain a little bit more about that? If those are those available for free, like on the web, or is it a purchase that the farmer needs to make? Or can you just expand on that a little bit, please?
It's a purchase that the farmer needs to make, but I'm working with Sunrise Cooperative in order to get it to these farmers with me using the budget as an expense to allow these farmers to have access to these different software for free.
Just a quick follow-up question. Do you know, is that software linked to the state or anything where, you know, all the farmers can share their information?
No, the software isn't hooked up to any state or government software. It's all privately owned.
Very good. Thank you for your answers.
Sue, you had a question?
Yeah, so how much is it per farmer? And will they need to, I guess, after the trial period, then if they like it, then you think that they're going to invest in it? What is that investment for them to continue into this?
The investment per acre is generally $2, but up until I get farmers to have 300 acre, I'm allowed to pay, let me rephrase this. I'm paying for 300 total acres from different farmers, and each of those acres is going to be $2 per acre. So once they're done with this current cycle of it, if they would like to continue using the software, they can go to like Sunrise Cooperative and pay for the $2 for that.
Okay, gotcha.
Perfect. Corey?
Yeah, one other thing, like, so do they, are there technological barriers that you're hearing at these meetings? Like, do they all have a computer and a smartphone?
All of the ones do have a computer and a smartphone, and all you really need for any technological barriers with the Adapt-N and the field forecasting tool is you need somebody who knows about the software, and you just need someone who's good at explaining it and conveying those ideas.
Sounds like you're breaking down a lot of barriers. Good job.
Corey, you had a question?
Yeah, thanks, Garrett, for that presentation. Really enjoyed it. My question is, I know you'd mentioned nitrogen. I was wondering if you were also targeting phosphorus runoff pollution, or if it's just your focus is just nitrogen.
My main focus is just nitrogen because that's one that we're tackling nitrogen because that's the biggest problem in the Mohican River watershed where I am.
Yep. You hear a lot about phosphorus in the Lake Erie watershed, but it's nitrogen in the Ohio River watershed. So yeah, it's Ohio's sort of an interesting divide there. But yes, really enjoyed your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, great presentation, Garrett. Thank you so much. Remember to log on Saturday at 10 o'clock to see our finalists reveal. I hope you have a great day.
You too. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
luck.
Garrett.
Oh, thank you for the snacks as well.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too.